Welcome to Midnight Linux. So we're gonna be doing a image of our OS so we can go to Linux using clonezilla. And this is the probably the longest program that's been around for cloning software, your operating system. Definitely one of the longest. Very good, easy to use once you learn it. So here's my tutorial so you guys can follow along. So Google clonezilla. It's clonezilla.org, I believe. Yep. Here you want to go to the left, live USB CD or CD USB. Click on download right here. Go to the stable. And here you just click on, make sure I hit ISO. You don't want to zip. And AMD 64. So we have started the download. I mean, you could use a zip, but then you'll have to extract it. But that is how you download clonezilla. It takes a minute. Let me just pause and we'll keep going. All right, so we're done. And here we have clonezilla downloaded. So let's close this out. Clonezilla is just get a spare USB and using Rufus, which is the most popular for Windows. Just Google Rufus if you don't have it, and RUFUS, and then you'll start Rufus to start the making the USB, the bootable USB. And here you just pick your USB disk. Here you pick your select your ISO image, and I wouldn't change anything else on these. Just leave it as default. Seems to work fine for me. Click start, and it'll start. Here you just want to make sure you do DD image. It didn't work for me on ISO image, so DD image worked perfectly. And click OK. Make sure there's no data on that USB. And it takes a minute, real quick. It's not a big program. And once it's ready, just hit close. And basically now we can start the we can shut down this PC to get into our motherboard settings, because we have to do the boot order so it boots from the USB that we just made. And every motherboard is a little different. Mine when I oh, by the way, you can use Balena Etcher in Linux distributions, or Media Writer in Linux Mint, or Fedora Media Writer with Fedoras to do the to make this clonezilla as well. Just so you know. But yeah, so make sure you turn off your secure boot. I'm gonna turn this off, and then hit my delete key to get into my motherboard settings in the BIOS. Turn off your secure boot. You might have to look this up in for your specific motherboard. They're all pretty similar though. So let's reboot here and load into the clonezilla. So I'm hitting delete until I see the splash screen. Once I get to this screen, I know I'm good. All right, so here all I gotta do is make sure my USB is the first one on the load list, and remember to go to your advanced settings and turn off secure boot. Here I would just hit exit and save. Now it's gonna do the reboot again, but this time it's not gonna load from your SSD in your computer. Now it's gonna load from the USB. So you'll see that clonezilla will show up. And it looks a little intimidating at first, but if you follow along, you'll see that it's not very hard. It's all keyboard driven, this program. So like you use the arrow keys and the enter key and the tab key. Those are the keys you use. Here I'm just gonna click the first one to get it going. I've never had to use any of the other ones, so there's a few of the options there, as you can see. So let's hit enter. And it's gonna start the reboot. I mean the program, sorry. Here we pick our language and enter. Here you just hit enter for your layout of keyboard. Here you hit start clonezilla, hit enter. Like I said, you could use the arrow keys if you want to change things. Here you want to, the first one, device image, work with disks or partitions using images. So I would hit enter. Here I keep the first one, local dev, use local devices. I'm gonna plug in my SSD. Make sure you plug in your SSD here, that it is bigger than the data you have on your computer, so it fits all on that, so the backup can fit. And then just click enter. I use an external SSD. You can use an external hard drive, dock, or anything you want. But once we hit enter, it kind of sends us to the next page here. Here I see my SanDisk, so that means it's reading it. So I press Control C. And here with the arrow keys, I go down to my SanDisk again, because this is where I'm going to save my image. It's called the home part image repository. So that's where you're saving your images. So don't, make sure you pick the right one. Mine's the SanDisk 512 gigs. And then you can tab to OK. I'm going to skip repairing file system with tab, go to OK. Tab kind of flips you around there into the different options. And here you see that there's no files in there, so I just got to tab to done. It will, if you have images, you'll see them here. You don't normally, you just hit abort and you just keep it on abort and tab to done. And here we can hit enter. and enter again, beginner mode. And I want to save my disk, so I'll keep that first one because I'm saving the disk to an image. And if you have other images, it might give you the option to restore disk. So tab down to OK or hit enter. And here, important, you keep the img at the end, but rename it as you would like. I usually just put the computer name and the date and maybe the OS. And then tab over to OK. And here is, this is where your operating system is, and mine's on NVMe in the computer. So make sure it's starred. Otherwise, hit space to start it. You might need the arrow keys to get to the right SSD. Make sure you have already everything backed up just in case you mess up. And here, I just tab over to OK. I don't change anything. It's just different compression schemes. Here, I skip the file repair check just for speed, but you can do it if you want to. So I tab over to OK to skip. I am not going to check the saved image. This is after the image is done, but you can check it just to make sure it went well. I'm going to put no and then tab over to OK just to save some time. And I do not encrypt my images normally, but you can. I'm not sure how that works in Clonezilla, but they probably gives you some sort of passphrase or something if you do want to encrypt it. I do not. And here, do you want log files? I usually just go arrow down to no and then tab over to OK. I don't need log files. And then here it gives you the option of what to do when it's finished. I always keep it on the first one, so it gives me the option to reboot or shut down. You can click enter or tab down to OK. And that's pretty much it. It's gonna pretty much give us the option here to hit enter to begin the process. It's checking some things. It says, are you sure you want to continue? Just make sure you have all your right disks. Hit yes or Y. And as you can see, it starts the process. And depending on how much data you have, it might take 5 minutes, it might take 10 minutes. But if you have a huge amount of data, it could be an hour, it depends. I don't have a lot of data, so as you can see, mine says 4 minutes or so. I'm gonna fast forward here. It's done. Image was saved successfully. So I click enter. Now that I'm done, because it's finished. And here's where it just gives you the option to power off. So you would be done, and your image would be on your SSD or whatever, your hard drive, whatever you picked to save it on. And I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'll make one about restoring the image, and see you soon.